we could have gotten this first, and we got that. What are you guys thinking? But this is a comic book movie. Nothing is supposed to make sense. Just go with the script and let us enjoy it. So the Snyder Cut, finally, after about 2 or 3 years, we've gotten it. It's 4 hours long. That's the first thing we need to talk about, the length. This movie is not long, it's far, okay? It's a whole journey. That's a trip to Kumasi. If there's no traffic, that's a trip to Cape Coast. It's, my God. When you look at the content, you do find that this is purely something you can appreciate. You can see Zack Snyder's view of the DCEU. And I will maintain this stance that, hey, there is no one that knows the DCEU better than Zack Snyder does. Actually, it was going to be released in episodes, and that's why in the course of watching, you see that it's divided into parts, and specifically 6 parts. The crazy thing about this is, it feels longer than 4 hours because there is so much going on. There's so much you need to see that is fitted into this movie. I don't know how Zack Snyder even did it, but yeah, it does feel longer than 4 hours. And please be patient with yourself if you're going to watch it for the first time. It can get a little, it won't get slow and you won't feel bored watching it, but you need to take your time to really consume the whole thing. It's long, okay? No, it's not long, it's far, it's a journey. I've said this multiple times already. Now, I know you might be thinking, Darkman, isn't it the same movie? And not exactly, and this is why. Now, the 2017 movie was about 2.5 hours long, I believe. This one is 4. So you would expect that certain scenes in the beginning especially are much more longer. They are a little more expanded and elaborated upon. So you really get a feel of what's going on. Now, a lot of the delivery is done in comic book style. So it might seem a little hokey, but you have to understand it's purely comic book vision that Zack Snyder was going for. And when you do spot that, you really do appreciate the content of what's in there. Now, in comparison to a 2017 movie, I can tell you that every character had a very pivotal role to play, even if it was the smallest of roles to your perception, but it was definitely well done. I really could appreciate what he was going for. And, you know, we could have gotten this first, and we got that. Like, what? Now, let me talk about the characters, and let me start with Batman. Now, Batman didn't really have things altered. Most of his scenes actually stuck. There were only certain things in the end that were a little different, a little more elaborated upon. But Batman's character arc, and not exactly his character arc, but a lot of what we saw in the original Justice League is pretty much the same in this movie. Of course, the context will change with certain scenes, but I find that he was the least altered character with this particular movie. Then there's Diana, Wonder Woman. The physics for her made a little more sense than it did in Wonder Woman 1984. I have to be honest about that part. She has a little more dialogue in this, and it's not wasted. It's perfectly done. Cyborg got justice. Cyborg was well done in this movie. I loved what they did with him. Now, I had a friend come to me and tell me that, hey, he thought Cyborg was a little overpowered at parts, but it made sense. I really didn't feel the same way. Cyborg was perfectly nailed. It was perfectly within the bounds of his powers, some of the things you do see. Barry Allen, Flash. Much more logical than the first movie. There was this one scene where there was a bit of a time travel thing, and I will get to that, but there was like an alternate version of Flash in that 2017 movie. This was a little more explained. No, it wasn't a little more. It was well explained in this movie, and I really appreciated what they did with him. Some of the actions he takes on kind of have a ripple effect on the ending, and I will get to that, of course, in the latter parts of this video. Arthur Curry, Aquaman, Jason Momoa, well done. Now, there's something relating to his character that I need to get to, and it's the appearance of Amber Heard, once again as Mera, and there are talks that she will be appearing in Aquaman 2. Now, I know there's a lot of justice for Johnny Depp going on and all of that because he lost his job as Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts series. Amber Heard still kept her job as Mera in the Aquaman series and in the DCEU. This was a little bit of, and dare I say, this is not going to be a very popular opinion, but this was a bit of a necessary evil. It did further the story in some respects, but it was a little uncomfortable to see that, knowing there's all this controversy going on in real life. And, you know, I don't think Zack Snyder would have wanted to cut anything. It probably wouldn't have made very much sense, especially in the ending scene. And yeah, let me just leave that whole. But in terms of the character, she had a British accent that that was an eyebrow-raising moment for me. Now, in the 2017 version, she has an American accent, and this translates to the Aquaman movie we got about 2 years later, or a year later, I should say. And I didn't know how to feel about that, but hey, it's 4 hours of Zack Snyder. Let's just let him do his thing. We roll with it. And then Superman, Clark Kent, the resurrection. We knew this was going to happen. But oddly enough, there was that tension and there was that suspense leading up to it. And then we actually got word that we almost didn't get Black Superman suit. What are you guys thinking? Seriously, for the life of me, has any of you ever watched Superman Doomsday? Did you see what happened? He gets killed, he dies, he gets the black suit, he gets the longer hair. What are you doing not giving? And you actually said, and Zack Snyder did confirm this in an interview, he said, hey, the studio was on his neck going like, no one wants to see black suit Superman. What is wrong with you people at WB? Warner Bros, you've even simplified the whole logo. What is wrong with you people? Either way, I'm a little outraged. No, I'm very outraged, that's a lie. But I'm quite happy that we got the black suit at least. They wouldn't give us long hair, I really don't know. If you think people don't grow their hair in death, well, you might be right, but this is a comic book movie. Nothing is supposed to make sense. Just go with the script and let us enjoy it. And we do get the 7th member of the Justice League. Now, I know most of you think it's 6, it's actually 7. And we do get an appearance from John Jones, who we have known was in the DCU the whole time as the General from all the way back in Man of Steel. He is John Jones, the Martian Manhunter. Yeah, that's his name. Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf is hideous and it's beautiful. He has these scales. He talks a little, there's a little more grovel to his voice. I like that they did that. He looked more menacing and more of a threat than he was in the first movie. He had a redemption arc going for him. Perfectly done. Well done, Zack Snyder. These people should really have kept him. I don't know. Now, from the first movie, we all knew that, yes, Steppenwolf is serving Darkseid. We didn't know in what capacity, but now we actually got, in terms of the redemption arc, we knew what happened, we knew why he was chasing these mother boxes, and we see Darkseid, not in a mural, but in his actual form. This is the guy, now, with Darkseid, hold on a second. Now, Darkseid is supposed to be the guy that Thanos was built off of, in terms of Marvel. Thanos is smarter. Thanos is a lot more handsome. I can't believe I just said that, but that's the truth. But Darkseid does have the more menacing voices like, I will rip your planet, blah, 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 blah. I honestly like that we got to see him, and it gave a bit more of justification to the actions of Steppenwolf. I won't lie, there were parts where you were kind of rooting for Steppenwolf, even though you knew that, hey, you're gonna get some. The ending is far different from what we got. There's some time travel stuff, and I'm going to get into that right now. So if you don't want to hear this part, spoiler warning, you have been warned. Let's talk about it. So we get the dream sequence where we see Joker, and that was supposed to be a dream sequence. I think it's a bit of an alternate reality we are seeing. Now, if you had been paying close attention, you did realize that, hey, they actually died. But Flash reversed time, and what this did was created a sort of ripple effect. I think it created an alternate reality, and that's what we saw kind of with the vision that Cyborg got when he was trying to activate the mother box to wake Superman up from the dead. But we get this alternate reality scene that's supposed to be Bruce's dream, where Aquaman is dead, Lois Lane is dead, Superman has turned evil, Joker is on the side of Batman, Harley Quinn is apparently dead. And Joker actually alluded to this, that how many more alternate realities are you going to break before you figure out your mistake? There's a reference to Robin in there, but it kind of gave me the sense that, hey, Joker must have seen, if this is real, Joker must have seen Batman do it multiple times to actually know what is going on and somehow found a way to survive. But that was played off as a dream sequence, so I think it's left to be seen how they go with this and if indeed this is an actual alternate reality that was created by the actions of Flash in that middle part of the ending scene. Oh, and Superman going to be a dad? Yeah, we got the confirmation halfway through the movie when Lois Lane was picking a tag from the drawer and we see this pregnancy test. That kid was really not going to have a dad. Glad he came back anyway. Alright, so Justice League, if you haven't seen it, please do find time, go and watch it. It's lovely. You will not waste your time at all. If you have seen it, let me know what you think down in the comment section. I would like to vibe with you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow with another review on The One. That's going to be quite interesting. Anyway, I will see you guys. Take care, wear a mask, COVID is a real thing. I am the Dark Man, and I'm out.